Hello student and welcome to lectures on power electronics, and in today's lecture we're learning the power transistor. So first discuss the basics of the transistor, that is bipolar junction transistor. So this is the structure of small signal transistor and this is the structure of the power transistor. Now next one is this is a simple construction of the BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor, PNP transistor, which is consist of the three layers. First one is emitter, second one is a base, and third one is a collector. And this is the symbol of transistor. Again, it is denoted with the three currents. First one is the collector current, second one is the base current, and third one is the emitter current. Again, the voltage created across transistor is denoted by the VCE, that is connected to the emitter voltage. Next voltage is the VBE, that is base to emitter voltage. So again, this is the some types of the transistors. So this is the structure of the first transistor, and this is the applications of transistor in the today's area. Now, first understand what is the function or basic purpose to use a transistor in a electronic system. So first one is to electrically switch a signal that is on and off. That is, the transistor is mainly used to make any electronic circuits on and off. So that is the basic use of transistor in today's mobiles and computer fields. And second one is to amplify the signal. That is, amplification is nothing but the boosting of the signal, that is increasing the strength of the weak signal. So depends on the that applications. We have the various application of the transistor, that is headphones, motor controllers, in the today's mobiles, laptops. And so this is a microprocessor which is consist of the billions of the transistor. Now we can look the history of the transistor. So transistor firstly invented in the Bell Laboratory in 1947 by the three scientists. The name of these scientists are John Bardeen, second one is Walter Brattain, and third one is William Shockley. So these are the three scientists works on the transistor and invented the first transistor by replacing the bulky and power consuming vacuum tubes. And for that his work, he got Nobel Prize in 1956. Now transistor have the two types. One is a NPN transistor and second one is a PNP transistor. So this is a NPN transistor which have the P is the emitter, again P is the collector, and in between there is a one base, that is two P regions and N and one N region. Similarly, there is the other type of transistor, that is NPN transistor, which consists of the two N layer, that is emitter layer is the N and collector layer is the N type semiconductor and base is the P type semiconductor. So at the time of constructing the transistor, we need to take some condition at the time of the construction. So first one is that the emitter region must be much more doped than the base region. So the emitter region is always have the highly doped as compared to the base region and also as compared to the collector region. And second one is that the base region must be narrow region so that we can be get the more gain of the transistor at the time of the application, at the time of the amplification application. So now this is again the characteristic of the transistor. So this is the one transistor used in a common emitter configuration. And if you apply the input voltage and we collect the output current, that is IC, and output voltage, that is VC, so we get the output characteristic of the transistor. And this characteristic is divided into three types. One is a cutoff region, second one is a active region, and third one is a saturation region. And we know that to use transistor in a switch, as an application of the switch, so we must need to operate transistor in the cutoff region and the saturation region. And when transistor is used as a amplifier, you need to use transistor in this active region. Now we now going towards the power BJT. So again, power BJT is same as the small signal BJT or transistor. There is slightly change. So a requirement of the power transistor. So first one is it should be able to handle the high power. So first requirement is that it should be handle the high power, that is high voltage and high current, and use it in high voltage and high current application. So the meaning of this again the same as this high power means it should be able to handle the high voltage and high current. And because of the handling high voltage and high power, there is a large amount of the power is created, heat is created, and it should be able to handle such large heat. So at the time of fabrications, it required to take some considerations. That is the first, dissipate more heat. We have to take this issue at the time of the fabrication of the device. It should be work on the high voltage, that means its breakdown voltage should be very high, lower gain than the signal level transistor, that is power transistor not required its gain very high. The basic application of that power transistor is that it should be handle the high voltage and high current. It's not necessary to amplify the high gain signal with the high gain. So to fulfill these requirements, that is high voltage, that is high power handling capacity, high voltage, high current, and the heat dissipations, large heat dissipations, it required to go for the vertical structure. So this is the vertical structure of the transistor. With the help of this vertical structure, it can handle the high voltage and high power dissipations. So to fulfill the requirements of the transistors, power transistors, that is to handle the high power, use high voltage and high current, and to dissipate the high power in the form of the heat, it is necessary to adopt something different structure of the power transistor as compared to the ordinary transistor or the small signal transistor. So first is that it adapt the vertical structure to increase the cross-sectional area through which the current flow. So because of the adapting the vertical structure, it can handle the large amount of the current and it can dissipate the heat which is generated because of the large current. So this is the first change in the transistor, in the ordinary transistor, to make a power transistor. Second one is that to introduce a dripped layer, dripped region is similar to the power transistor. As we've seen that in power diode, we add one additional layers, that is drip layer, which increase the voltage handling capacity. So in that way, in power transistor, we also add one dripped region, that is collector dripped region. Here we can see three regions. One is the collector, second one is the base, that is middle, and third one is a emitter.
So in between the base and collector, we add one layers, that is lightly doped layer. So here we can be say N plus P and N plus. The doping there of the collector is 10 raised to 19. Again, doping of the base, it is moderate, that is 10 raised to 16, and doping of the emitter is 10 raised to 19. So as compared to all these three regions, so this layers is very lightly doped. So that is nothing but the collector drift regions. And why you use the drift region at the collector? Because when we use transistor in the off state, so that time the base and the collector, this junction is baked the reverse bias, and it is necessary to handle that reverse voltage, and that so it is very necessary to handle this reverse voltage, and it depends on the this depletion layer between the base and the collector. So as more and more the depletion layer width, so that time it handle the more and more reverse voltage. Third constructional feature of the power BGT or transistor is current gain of transistor, that is beta. The beta of transistor depends on base thickness. So what is the relation between the base thickness and gain of the transistor is that as the base thickness reduces, the gain increases. But what is effect of that is that the breakdown voltage of transistor will decreases. So in power transistor, high breakdown voltage. So in power transistor, high breakdown voltage is more important than the high current gain. So that means the breakdown voltage is more important as compared to the high current gain. So gain of the transistor is mostly depends on the base of the thickness. As the thickness of the base is decreases, the gain is increases, but breakdown voltage is a decreases. So we require that the high breakdown voltage. So we have to increase the thickness of the base. So because of the increase in the thickness of the base, the gain of the transistor decreases, but gain is not important because this transistor, power transistor, is not mostly using in the amplification application. They are used in the switching application, and in switching application, when transistor is off, at that time it should be able to handle the large voltage. And by considering these scenarios, the thickness of the base is more as compared to the ordinary transistor, and because of that we get the current gain beta of the power transistor is very small, in the range of the 5 to 10. So next one is this is the IV characteristic of power transistor, that is output characteristics of power transistor. It is the same as the ordinary transistor characteristics. Is draw in between the IC, that is output current, versus the VCE, that is output voltage at constant sum base current. And we get the again three regions. That's first one is a cutoff region, third one is a saturation region, and last one is we get the saturation region. And this is only difference, that is we get the two saturation regions. One is a hard saturation and second one is a quasi saturation. Okay, thank you.